Okay, so I'm going to apply all the knowledge that I've just learned from the tutorial research that I've done onto my Recaro model. So I'm going to. I used the HQ template last time, so I want to use the PBR metal rough just to see if there is anything. If I can notice any of the differences. I'm on DirectX because there was a few features missing that I've checked the internet for, specifically the decal, and it actually looks like it's there, so that might be why it wasn't there. So I've added my low poly in to my mesh. It's DirectX, but I've not actually. I have exported some normals from ZBrush, but I'm not going to use them. I'll just pull them up so that so these are the ones that I've exported. Now it took me a long time. I'll explain this later on, but basically it took me a long time to get my actual normals, changing all the settings and stuff like that. But I now know what these are for, so which is great. So I can do that way later on. I can add the normals into it, but this time what I'm going to do is, so you can see that I haven't got any of the high-res sculpt data on there. Do have some areas where the UVs need sorting out, and you'll be able to see that shortly. So what I'm going to do is, if I go to mode, is that it? Projection, polyfill, smudge. Is the decal one there, or is it? No, it's still not there. Anyway, so if I go to mode, edit projection configuration, and then select my high poly, and then DirectX, there's no stroke, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so what'll happen now? I'll pause the video, but basically you'll see what's going to happen. Okay, so I'll pause the video because it does take a little bit of time, and it does sort of stretch out the GPU. So now you can see that I've got the sculpt data on that I've done through ZBrush. Now, I'm not 100% sure whether this is a good way of doing it, because this is very sort of not massively detailed model, and it does slow it down quite a bit. You can notice the difference just when moving around. We haven't actually applied any textures yet. But so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bake out the textures. So down here are additional maps, bake textures. So I am going to bake ID. Now what ID baker parameter? I don't know what that one is. I'm going to keep it anyway, just so I've got everything. Okay, so they're all the common ones. Yeah, I'll just leave it 1024. Original back phase. So that's excellent. So if I go down here to bake default material textures, I'll pause the video again. That's going to bake all my textures out. Okay, so now we can see under the additional maps, it's baked out on normal map, world space normal, ID, which I'm not sure what we need it for. We'll keep it there anyway. Ambient occlusion, curvature map, which is going to be very, very vital later on. Position, and a thickness map. The thickness map might come in handy as well. Okay, so now we are all set up. I'm going to leave it with 1024. If it starts to slow down, I can always go to 512 and then bump it up when I want to export to 4K, which is what I probably will do, just to see what it looks like. Okay, so that is our project file set up and ready to go. And we will, in the next video, you can see where there is a problem with the normals. Right, I'll have to sort out that problem with the normals, and then the next video we can start adding some textures.